They were continuing to read the brothers Karamazov. The monk from Abdorsk, having been directed to the apiary by the beekeeper, who was also a very silent and surly monk, went to the corner where Father Ferapon's cell stood. Maybe he will speak, as you're a stranger, and maybe you'll get nothing out of him, the beekeeper had warned him. The monk, as he related afterwards, approached in the utmost apprehension. It was rather late in the evening. Father Ferapon was sitting at the door of his cell on a low bench. A huge old elm was lightly rustling overhead. There was an evening freshness in the air. The monk from Abdorsk bowed down before the saint and asked his blessing. "Do you want me to bow down to you, monk?" said Father Ferapon. "Get up." The monk got up. "Blessing, be blessed. Sit beside me. Where have you come from?" What most struck the poor monk was the fact that, in spite of his strict fasting and great age, Father Ferapon still looked a vigorous old man. He was tall, held himself erect, and had a thin but fresh and healthy face. There was no doubt he still had considerable strength. He was of athletic build. In spite of his great age, he was not even quite gray, and still had very thick hair and a full beard, both of which had once been black. His eyes were gray, large, and luminous, but strikingly prominent. He spoke with a broad accent. He was dressed in a peasant's long reddish coat of coarse convict cloth, as it used to be called, and had a stout rope round his waist. His throat and chest were bare. Beneath his coat, his shirt of the coarsest linen showed almost black with dirt, not having been changed for months. They said that he wore irons weighing 30 pounds under his coat. His stockingless feet were thrust in old slippers, almost dropping to pieces. "From the little Abdorsk monastery, from St. Sylvester," the monk answered humbly, whilst his keen and inquisitive, but rather frightened little eyes kept watch on the hermit. "I've been at your Sylvester's. I used to stay there. Is Sylvester well?" The monk hesitated. "You're a senseless lot. How do you keep the fast?" "Our dietary is according to the ancient conventual rules. During Lent, there are no meals provided for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. For Tuesday and Thursday, we have white bread, stewed fruit with honey, wild berries, or salt cabbage, and wholemeal stirabout. On Saturday, white cabbage soup, noodles with peas, kasha, all with hemp oil. On weekdays, we have dried fish and kasha with the cabbage soup. From Monday till Saturday evening, 6 whole days in Holy Week, nothing is cooked, and we have only bread and water, and that sparingly. If possible, not taking food every day, just the same as is ordered for a first week in Lent. On Good Friday, nothing is eaten. In the same way, on the Saturday, we have to fast till 3 o'clock, and then take a little bread and water and drink a single cup of wine. On Holy Thursday, we drink wine and have something cooked without oil or not cooked at all, inasmuch as the Laodicean Council lays down for Holy Thursday. It is unseemly, by remitting the fast on the Holy Thursday, to dishonor the whole of Lent. This is how we keep the fast. But what is that compared with you, Holy Father?" added the monk, growing more confident. "For all the year round, even at Easter, you take nothing but bread and water, and what we should eat in 2 days lasts you full 7. It's truly marvelous, your great abstinence." "And mushrooms?" asked Father Ferapon suddenly. "Mushrooms?" repeated the surprised monk. "Yes, I can give up their bread, not needing it at all, and go away into the forest and live there on the mushrooms or the berries, but they can't give up their bread here. Wherefore they are in bondage to the devil. Nowadays the unclean deny that there is need of such fasting. Haughty and unclean is their judgment. And that's the end of the reading for today. Have a good day.